England got a 2-1 win against Italy in the semi to secure a comeback victory in extra time. Chloe Kelly ended up bundling over a penalty that was initially saved after Adjuman had equalised in regular time. Italy denied, England march on. Beth Lindop is with us now to tell us more about this. Let's take a little look at the watch party first, though.
Surprised you're not there, Shaq.
What?
Here's Beth. Beth, thanks so much for joining us. England have scraped through again.
They have, yeah. They never do it the easy way, do they? It's been a dramatic week for them. They obviously scraped past Sweden in the quarterfinals on penalties, and then tonight we're seconds away from going out in normal time, and then it was in the 119th minute in extra time that they managed to get the winner from the penalty spot. So yeah, it was another tense night, another night where England weren't quite at the best, but ultimately another night where England found a way to win.
Lovely stuff. Yes, we've been joined by Ali Krieger in the studio. In the meantime, we'll be hearing from Ali in just a moment. But I do want to also mention, Beth, once again, here's Ali. Chloe Kelly coming up clutch for England.
Yeah, you can always rely on her, can't you, in those big moments for England? And I think sort of a big part of that is her temperament. With Chloe Kelly, you always feel like she's going to keep her head in a decisive moment. And, you know, she misses a penalty there, or rather it's saved by Giuliani, but she doesn't flap. She's right on the spot to bundle it in. And yeah, with Chloe Kelly, we know obviously how decisive she was at the previous tournament back in 2022, scored the winning goal for England in the final. So yeah, big player, big game player, and still very much England's super sub.
Ali Krieger, thank you so much for joining us. I know obviously you've been keeping up to date with what's gone on. You've been travelling in today as you've been here in that game, but England showing the nerve to come back here and book their spot in the final.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised actually. I don't think they played their best football. They came out a bit average. Italy was defensively organized. They were super connected. So I was a bit surprised that they ended up coming back in the end. And yeah, they deservingly so. I think the substitutions were made maybe a tad bit late, but like you saw, Chloe Kelly coming in, Agaya Mayang coming in and scoring that rebound goal to tie it, and to go into the extra time. So I think the penalty was a bit soft, in my opinion. But
controversy.
But you know, Beth Mead had done her job and got the foul, and they were able to come back and solidify it with that really healthy, strong mentality that they've shown in years past. So this will be the third final that they've been in, and hopefully it'll be a good one either against Germany or Spain.
Yes.
Did you notice how the English host did not ask about whether the penalty was a penalty or not?
Yeah. Just glossed over that.
We're not going to talk about that.
Beth, was it soft?
Yeah, it was. Taking my England hat, it was a little bit soft. But I think, to be fair, I think Italy, as they should do, because, you know, they put in a defensive masterclass really, but they had been using some time-wasting dark arts for most of the game. So I don't really blame Beth Mead for going down there. The defender gave her the opportunity to do that, and she did. And then ultimately it was the referee's call. So yeah, but it was a little bit soft, I'll admit that.
Oh, Ali, that's got to be heartbreak for Italy, though. They were massive underdogs. They were almost there, and here they are. They're out.
Yeah, I mean, they should still be super proud getting into a semifinal. And I don't think a lot of people watching, fans and supporters, even organizations and players, thought that they could get to this position. So it's been excellent to see them, and they're going to change women's football in their country now moving forward forever.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
All right, Kay, I don't believe any of it. The treatment that you just had of Italy there was like, bless their heart.
Bless just wait until she gets home. She's just warming up.
Listen, if you're out, you're not going to get talked about It was England 2-1 tonight against Italy. But obviously, as Ali mentioned, in the final it will be Spain or Germany. That is the other semi-final. That's what we're looking out for. Now, what are you expecting from this one, Beth?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game. It's a real sort of mouth-watering tie. Spain, obviously, the overwhelming favourites going into that one as world champions, but Germany totally defied the odds to make it through into the semi-finals, beating France. They were down a player for nearly 100 minutes, and they found a way to win. And when you have moments like that in a tournament, you maybe start to think that this could be your time, this could be your year. We know what pedigree Germany have at this level, so I certainly wouldn't write them off. But I think you've got to say whoever England end up facing in the final, they've got to perform better than they did tonight. I completely agree with Ali. England were poor as they were for a large portion of the game against Sweden in the quarterfinals. So either way, they need to up their game going into the final. But yeah, tomorrow's game should be a great watch.
Absolutely. Who have you got winning that one, Ali?
Spain. There's some players who were, obviously disqualified for this match or suspended for this match, and then they've had injuries. And so I think Spain has just been playing brilliant football. They've been just this possession-oriented style. They're very tactical, skillful. Putellas and Bonmati are just playing out of this world. And so Germany has an uphill battle. If Berger can play the way she did against France and the way that they came back with that mentality, okay, so be it, and it'll keep them in it. But overall, I think Spain will take it.
And then, if it is England and Spain in the final, we've seen the grit from England. Yeah. We know they're defending champions. However, we've all seen Spain play.
English as well. Let's remember our host is English.
Don't do it.
I lived in Spain for a long time, so
yeah, all right.
Who's going to win? And why is it England?
Because I'm next to you today. We're too close. So I would say no. I honestly think England have to step up if they want to win. They haven't been playing to their potential, and Spain is just way too good. The way that they've been performing this entire tournament, they've been just smashing teams and creating so many opportunities, and they aren't predictable, and it's just really enjoyable to watch. England, the way that they've had to kind of come back at the end of games is just not going to be good enough in a final. So they have to go back to the drawing board and sort a few things out and figure out the personnel that they could play in the final, and then they might have.
Okay, we can still be friends, Ali. We can still be friends. Beth, if it is England-Spain, can you be positive for England or not?
Well, I can try. I think I would still probably go with Spain, I've got to say. But I think the one thing you would say is that England have been the favourites in the last two games, and I think that hasn't helped them actually. I think they've come out and they've been a bit lethargic at times, whereas I think maybe going into it as the underdogs might actually help them a little bit. So yeah, we will see. But Spain it would be by far the toughest test they've faced so far.
Yes, it's hard to argue. Guys, even though you're laughing at me.
We're not putting up an argument. You seem to be
arguing.
I know you're not.
Totally
Beth,
fine with it.
Thank you so much for being with us, Beth. And Ali, thank you so much for joining us as well. Obviously, Ali, you'll always be able to catch on Football W. Make sure to do that on ESPN+. And you can do that tonight. You will be with Christina Alexander, looking back on everything that went down today in the Women's Euros and looking ahead to that game between Spain and Germany.